Hello guys, and we're here today with a different version of the same deck that we saw earlier this week. This is Pemag. It's pretty much Pepe, but this is Pepe tomorrow on Friday when the Pendulum Structure deck come out, Master of Pendulum Structure deck come out. This is what Pepe's gonna look like, and it's just absolutely insane, because the problems I had with Pepe, Pemag fixes, like, amazingly. It just is like, there was no problems. The fact that you can't run 3 Wavering Eyes in Pepe because you don't have enough pendulums. Oh, no, well, now you have a whole bunch of pendulums. The fact that Inside Magician can destroy himself and he's a level 4. So having 2 of these guys, it's just absolutely amazing. This deck is crazy. It's less focused on using him as the pendulum scale and more focused on summoning him out as a monster, which is better. And like, you can just go off. There's so many scales. You're gonna open up with more than 1 pendulum most times. It's just absolutely crazy. Like, there's been hands where I open up with him, and this card, and it's just like, I just won from there, because then I get to destroy this card with Luster Pendulum, summon out him, then I can activate the other one, use Wavering Eyes, which I also open up with, and then then use his effect to summon out Trick Clown, then searched out a Skullcrobat, and then summon Skullcrobat and search out another one of these, activate both of these, get both of these out, and then I have 2 level 4s, 2 of these guys, and a Luster Pendulum in my extra deck, and then I have 2 of these cards in my hand. And like, hands like that is just absolutely amazing. This deck is absolutely crazy. Rank 4 spam for days. It's amazing. So let me just go in 2 Dragon Pit and 2 Dragon Pulse. These guys are awesome. If you have both of these cards or any other Magician, you do not want to have a Wisdom Eye and a Dragon Pit, because then you can't Pendulum Summon except for, well, another Dragon Pit, because that's a 5 and an 8. But having Dragon Pulse and Wisdom Eye is decent, but of course you want Dragon Pit and Dragon Pulse, because you can discard a Pendulum Monster for Dragon Pulse to destroy a monster, or a Pendulum Monster destroy a spell card, so it helps with dealing with back row. Especially when Notice comes out, that will be a definite problem, but at the same time you can also use Dragon Pulse to destroy plus fire if he's on the field, so that is definitely something to do, just help you with the deck thinning and everything else, summon out more monsters and go off and do your combos. And then of course Luster Pendulum, destroy a monster in your other Pendulum Zone, search out the same copy of the card, or you can use him as a level 4 tuner to make Ignister. He is annoying because you can't use him for anything except Ignister or Magister. 3 Skullcrobat Joker, he will search out any of your Magicians. You want to search out Wisdom Eye, you really want to open up with 2 Wisdom Eye, because that's an instant rank 4. Pretty much you can make any rank 4 in this deck if you open up with 2 Wisdom Eye, which is a really bad name. It should be Insight. 2 Trick Clown, kind of think maybe he should go up to 3, but nah, not really. 2 is decent enough. Sometimes you will not summon Trick Clown out with Trick Clown's effect. Sometimes you might summon out the Performance XZ monster, or maybe the Pendulum Plush Fire, just to try to keep on floating. And then of course Damage Juggler, the heart of the deck, helps you search for pretty much anything. He's amazing and the whatnot, and you're just gonna constantly just be summoning him out, and he's just amazing. He prevents you from being OTK'd, so it's just awesome. This card's, he's crazy. 1 Hat Tricker, you really only need 1, if that at all. If you get him, it isn't the worst thing in the world, because he just can plop himself down on the field for nothing. So he is definitely useful. He can prevent you from taking damage, which is important. If you activate Trick Clown, you can activate his effect, you will not take the damage, and Trick Clown will still be summoned, so that's awesome. Plus Fire, of course, if it's destroyed, you can special summon. If he is destroyed, then you can special summon a performance from your deck, and if he's in the Pendulum Zone and a performance monster is destroyed, you can summon him from the Pendulum Zone to your side of the field, so help continue floating, and you can keep on activating those effects more than once per turn, except for the Pendulum effect. The Pendulum effect is only once per turn. And then 2 Mirror Conductor, maybe if you really are having trouble with pendulums, you can put him up to 3, but he's definitely okay at 2. I haven't had too many problems. Triple Max C, because this deck still wants to go second. Like, I FDK'd somebody today, and you guys will see it, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was a mirror match as well, or it was just Pepe I was facing. And so Max C helps out because you force your opponent to go first, and Pepe doesn't like to go first because they just don't have access to XCs. Like, they can't make Diamond Dire Wolf because your opponent doesn't have anything. They can't make Castell 101, they can't make a field. And Max C helps for if they decide to try to do something, you can just go amazingly plus off of it. And then Instant Fusion and Soul Charge is in this deck. Instant Fusion and Soul Charge are definitely in this deck. Helps you with just doing crazy plays and the whatnot. You won't get your battle phase with Soul Charge, and it can be very expensive, but it should be all worth it. Just being able to summon out 2-3 monsters and go off. 1 Mugeki, and then 2 Pendulum Call. This card's a little bit annoying because pendulums in your zones cannot be destroyed by card effect. So that means no Wavering Eye, you cannot trigger Plush Fire if he's in the pendulum zone, so that can be a little bit annoying, but at the same time it can also be good because it means your opponent can't go plus off of Wavering Eyes. So it's very decent, but at the same time it also means you cannot use Wisdom Eye's effect to destroy himself, so that sucks. It's up to you. You have to decide either to search one Wisdom Eye and then another one of these guys, or if you just want to search one of these guys and then set your scale. Depends on what you have in your hand. If you'd rather wait the turn. If you have everything you need and you can go for Pendulum, go ahead and do it. But even if you do open up with this card, it's not the worst thing, especially if you have other stuff, because then you can just set and summon out. And then Foolish is amazing. He can be a Hat Tricker, he can be a Damage Juggler, Hat Tricker. No, he can be a Trick Clown, and then you can search for whatever you want. Foolish is absolutely beautiful in this deck. 3 Wavering Eyes, of course, because now you have a whole bunch of pendulums, so now you can actually activate them and still be able to set your scale. And then Bottomless, Vandy's, Great Horn. I'm trying Grand Horn instead of Time Space because I feel that's expensive, and with Soul Charge and with Trick Clown, I feel Grand Horn would just be a little bit better. I mean, it does the same thing. It stops those Pendulum summons, it stops those XZ summons, so I see no reason why not. And all of these cards are pretty much going to be replaced with Solemn Notice anyways, so yeah. And speaking of BOSH cards, I don't know how this, because I am honestly liking this version of the deck better than with Monk Keyboard and whatnot, because they're more level 4s. There's just more level 4s in the deck and the whatnot. I really like this version. I'm just trying to figure out how Arenado would work, and I need to look at Performer Power Pendulum Wizard to see if he searches Magicians as well. I think he only searches Performer Powers, and the only target in this deck would be Skullcrobat Joker. So trying to figure out how that would all work, how Arenado would work in the deck as well, so that way we can search out our counter traps and the whatnot. And also Time Space will also need to be in the deck somewhere. That maybe take out the Pendulum card, maybe 1 Pendulum call for a Time Space. And maybe even find room for a Starlight Road, because you don't want to be Time Space. What am I talking about? The MST, the new MST card, Twin Twister. Yeah, maybe take out one of the Pendulum calls for Twin Twister. And I'm just trying to figure out how this will work with all the BOSH cards once they come out. But we're not here to worry about that. We're here to worry about tomorrow and what Yu-Gi-Oh will be like tomorrow. So we have 1 Nodin, helps with just making your plays absolutely more amazing. 2 Ignisters, you could probably put him down to 1, in fact, yeah, put him down to 1 and place this guy in. He's an out to pretty much everything. F-Zero is awesome. And he helps clear up your field, definitely. Just get 1 or 2 of your XDs to summon out this guy, so that way you have more room to do more combos. Just like my Quasar deck where it's like, I need room to summon out Doppel and his tokens. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. He's amazing. This guy's amazing. Amaterasu is amazing because you get out this guy, and the idea, like pretty much I do this every duel, like first turn, is make Fujin Tsukiyomi. If I have a Maxi that I didn't use or it's just sitting there, I ditch it with Tsukiyomi, and then I get to draw 2 cards, and then I ditch him, and then I get to search for something, and then I just make Amaterasu and I summon him back out. So it's just absolutely crazy. The deck is awesome. And then of course you have Deltaros. If you have 3 and you really want to pop back row or something, he is definitely useful. And then just for other XCs, Dark Rebellion, Performance Trapeze, he's definitely good because you just want to continue floating forever, because he can summon out Flush Fire, who can then summon out either Damage Juggler, or he can summon out Hat Tricker, and then what do we keep on calling him? Hat Tricker. He can summon out Trick Clown, who can then summon out Trapeze Magician again, who can summon out Flush Fire again. So it's just crazy. And you take no damage less than his attack. So if it's at 0 because of Trick Clown, you'll take all damage. If he's at 25, you take no damage. 1-1 Castel, Demon Direwolf, just generics, and then Magister. He can search during the end phase or summon out this guy from his deck. He helps just in case you did use this guy's effect to summon him out. He just helps make more XCs and more plays. Tsukiyomi, of course, like I said, Daggers to Emerald, Abyss Dweller, Cowboy. He's an out to both of the Cosmos that cannot be targeted. He'll crash with Dark Destroyer, and he'll kill Forerunner if you summon him in attack position. And then, of course, F-Zero is an out to both those cards. And you can attack directly with them for 63,028. Yeah, that will make them cry. It will make them cry. So this number F0 is just absolutely amazing in the deck. I see no reason why not to play him. Although you guys won't see any duels with him because I just put him in. Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck. This is absolutely crazy deck, and I'm looking to build it. I don't think this deck is going to be expensive at all, besides the Luster Pendulums and the Ignister. But then again, we're getting the Advanced Edition soon for Clash of Rebellions. Wow, I'm off my game today. So definitely, these guys should drop in price. Hopefully, the store doesn't screw me over like it did last time, because I ordered 3 of these cards. I paid for them when they were $8 a piece, and then they didn't give them to me, and they gave me a refund. Really angry about that, because I was like, yay, I have one extra one that I can trade with, and it's going to go up in price. And then they didn't give it to me. I was like, dang it, now it's $11 a piece. Or whatever it is. I think it's $14 for the Ultra. And this card's like absolutely stupid expensive. So yeah, just try to find the money to build this deck. Definitely going to see how this deck changes, how this deck works with the BOSH support as well. If I'm just going to go with a Monk Keyboard build, or if I'm going to continue this build. It's just amazing. And then I also need to get Max C's. Very expensive. And there's also other new support. There's the Blue Eye support. There's the Buster Blader support. There's the Super Quantum stuff. Like, this format's going to be crazy. Crazy, I tell you. And then we still have Cosmos and Banshee Spectre. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile, and will not forget to leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe. Please. Please. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, like I just said. See you guys later. Bye.